Welcome back to Dimension X Digital. I've got another toy review, knocking out these videos just like I promised. I'm going to try to be better about it. I do have some cool stuff to look at today. This is a line that is brand new. A lot of people probably aren't aware of them. I'm not really sure how they're being marketed or like really who they're. I mean, I guess they're for like kids or something, just because they're animals and robots, but I'm 36 years old, and I thought these were some of the coolest figures I've seen in a long time. So I grabbed a couple, and I wanted to look at them today with you guys in case you weren't aware of them. They're pretty cool. These are from McFarlane Toys. If you've never heard of them, this line is called Raw 10. These are little insert poster things. We'll look at these, but these come with the figures. I do have one of the I do have the boxes for these, or you know, but his box is huge and my space is limited. I do have the box for the Raptar figure though, so we'll look at that so we can see what the packaging looks like and what some of the other figures are. But I did want to look at these because I think these are really cool figures, and you can see why I think they're cool in a moment when I show you kind of the possibilities of them and some of the kind of hidden, what's the word for it? Just the hidden details, I guess, that are in these figures. So these are, as you can see, they're animals basically that are half animal, half robot, like cyborgs. I believe one of the figures, let's take a look at the package here. These are the ones that are available as well. So this is the Raptar figure. They are very creative with his name. But this is the back of his box, and you can see we have Cygor, which is the gorilla, which I believe is from the Spawn comics. So I don't know if these other ones have appeared in Spawn or not. Don't quote me, because I have not read Spawn since probably like 1999 or 98, and so I'm not familiar with any of the current books. Don't quote me on saying these are Spawn figures. They are made by McFarlane, and I'm 99.9% sure that Cygor is from Spawn. We also we have the Raptor, which is named Raptor. We have Cygor, Fren-Z, which is the shark, and then we have Battle Snake. I've seen all of these in the store. The first one I got was the Raptor figure. They didn't have the Fren-Z the first time I saw him, and he's pretty hard to find, honestly. His secondary market value is already like double or triple retail, which is pretty ridiculous. Although it is a very cool figure, I'm not gonna say you made a mistake by paying extra for it if that's the only route you have. These are Walmart exclusives. Don't look for them in Target. Don't bother. Don't waste your time. You're not going to find them. Walmart exclusives is what these are, so that's where you're going to find them. I have been able to find a couple more of the Fren-Zs since I bought this one, so I think they are starting to stock up a little bit. I hope they sell, because I would love to see this line continue, because it's really cool. I will say, of all four, these three are great. The Cygor figure is massive. It's really, really big. The Raptor is probably my favorite one. The Fren-Z is really cool. The Battle Snake is like a total dud. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this is easily the weakest one. If you're gonna find one on the shelf, like if it's been cleared out and some are left, it's gonna be the Battle Snake. I didn't think it was very cool looking at all. But of all these figures, the Battle Snake is easily the most boring. So unless you really like snakes, I say try to find one of these three. The Cygor is really cool, but I'm just not really into like gorilla stuff. Like, I've always been more of like a Godzilla fan than a King Kong fan, although I mean I like King Kong and all, but yeah, the Cygor is not really my thing. But these two are right up my alley, so I picked these up. Like I said, you get these little posters. They're inserts. They kind of tell you the story of all of them here. And the Raptor and his brother Raptar and Randy. Okay. The names are just not really that great. But you do get these little posters. The art is okay. It's not crazy cool or anything like that. The proportions are a little weird in my opinion. Let's see, the Fren-Z one. How does this one look? Oh, the Fren-Z one's kind of cool. This one's kind of cool. And there's another one. There's a purple shark. Hopefully we get that one. Purple is my favorite color. What's his name? His rival shark. It just says Fren-Z. Whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at the figures themselves. Like I said, these are really cool. What caught my eye was, well, one is, I mean, I really like the idea of like the half half organic, half cyborg kind of stuff. And they're the sculpts are really, really nice on these, and that's what caught my eye. And especially for the price, this size figure, this one and the snake are $9.99. They're $10, and you know they don't have much articulation. I'll give you that. You can move them around a little bit. The tail moves in a couple different places. The jaw does move a bit, and it opens up pretty wide. But yeah, there's just tons and tons of detail hiding in this figure if you really look at it. So like, look at all that cool stuff in there. And that's what caught my eye when I saw this. You know, I said, okay, it's a cyborg dinosaur, which is already pretty cool. And the sculpt is really, really awesome. So I got this one and I brought it home. Not until that I actually look at the packaging closer that I realized that McFarlane made these. I thought these were just some cheap Walmart brand. But no, it's McFarlane. And then it started to make sense. But really, there is just so much detail hiding in here, and I'll show you how I know that's true. But this is, as you can see, the Raptar is really, really cool. I like the pose overall. I kind of wish you could swivel the head. I mean, you kind of can, but the sculpt doesn't match up anymore because of the scales on his back, so he looks a little wonky. But overall, I don't mind the pose he's in. It looks really cool. So let's set him somewhere out of the way, and let's take a look at the Fren-Z. Now, the Fren-Z is a lot bigger figure. These ones are $19.99. The Cygor is as well. So these ones are a little bit pricier, but he has the fully articulated jaw with a lot of cool detail hiding in there. You can see it's very, very, a whole lot of space in there. You could shove whatever figure you want in there, have him chomping him up. He has some really nice articulation in his midsection, in the tail, and the tail moves as well. So he moves around quite a bit. And again, just tons and tons of really awesome detail. I love all the little battle damages on him. I love the scars on his face and on his dorsal fins and these kind of like weird wounds. And if you look closely at his sculpt, it's not so much like the Raptor figure. Everything is cybernetic, like everything in his legs. There's nothing really like fleshy looking at all. It's just pure like steel and wires. But if you look at his, you can kind of see that they did like, sorry, got interrupted there. My kid refuses to stay in bed. The second time he's interrupted this video. But okay, so back at it. But you can see his sculpt looks a little more like there's like flesh still in there. So it's almost like it's been grafted over some organic material, which I think is really, really cool. And especially considering what I'm planning on doing with these. But I really, really do like these figures. I think they're really great value for the money. Like, this is the same price as like a Marvel Legends or a Star Wars Black Series figures, and it's massive. $10 for this, and these things are not like cheap plasticky feeling. These things are hefty. They're solid feeling, like really, really solid. And like I said, the sculpt has just tons and tons of detail in them. So I think these are definitely a line to pick up, especially if you're, you know, into dinosaurs, into sharks, you know, something along those lines. Like you kind of like your cyborgs and your organics with your metallics and all that. These are really, really cool. Like I said, there's just details for days. Every time I look at these, I find something new that catches my eye. And like even today when I was getting ready to shoot this video, I was looking at this again, and you can see he's even got like empty sockets in his teeth. So I mean, that is just too cool, you know. I mean, there's a lot of detail on these, and I'm really glad to see McFarlane kind of branching out a little more. I've said in the past that I've been a fan of McFarlane for, you know, years, since day one, since they started. And I think they're very much overdue for their kind of big comeback. I think NECA really gives them a run for their money. I mean, NECA is, some quality control issues aside, I think NECA is hands down the best bang for your buck as far as like an adult collectible figure goes. I think NECA is head over heels better than Hasbro. I think they're you know, just this much better than McFarlane. McFarlane, they're right there. They're coming back. They have the DC figures now, which I was very, very excited about. I have yet to buy a single one. It's not because I don't like any of the figures. I actually like quite a few of them. I'm just not really buying those figures right now. I plan on getting a Batman. He is yet to make a Batman that says this is the one I need. And I like the Jim Lee Batman that they've done. It's okay. I do not like the head sculpt on it. The body sculpt is great. Everything, the head is no good. I think it's off scale. I don't like the way that they paint the mask. I think the eyes are too small. The animated series version is also unproportional. It's like they took the season 1 through 3 design, paint wise, but then they did the proportions of season 4, which, if you know, what did they call it? The New Adventures of Batman, or the New Batman Adventures. They changed the designs a little bit, and the proportions were just a little different. And I think they kind of got the two confused, and so I was kind of disappointed by that. The Arkham Joker figure is awesome. I'm very close to getting that one, just this close, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just not in the market for that figure right now. If I was I would definitely get that Joker. I do recommend that one from what I've seen. Now, like I said, I've seen potential in these, and I want to show you why. So this one's going to go away for a minute, because we've talked about already. If you can find one, definitely get one. I think this is a really, really cool figure, just as is, but I do have big plans for it, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So let me put that down. Okay, so ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ta-da! Look how much better that looks. But this is the first Raptor. I keep wanting to say Reptar. I keep wanting to say Reptar because my kids watch Rugrats all the time. But this was the first Raptor figure I got, and like I said, I saw it and I just said, there is so much detail in this. It has so much potential. I have to do something with it. So I repainted mine. This is 100% hand painted. The only airbrushing I did on this was to put the primer on. Started with a black primer. There's about 4 different shades of green. There's washes. There's some glosses. There's some mattes. There's a whole lot of stuff. Mostly Citadel paints. A little bit of Mission Models. Tiny bit of Tamiya. But a lot of Citadel. So this is what I mean, the potential of these figures are. You know, as I mean, you can see, here's, you know, out of the package versus a repaint, and it just, I mean, all that stuff in the legs. You know, that's why I was saying, like, you just look at it and you go, there is so much detail hiding in these figures, and I was really, really excited to paint this, and you know, I think it came out pretty good. My lighting is not that great, so I hope the detail comes through. But I mean, you can see there's a world of difference between them. It's the same figure though. I did no modding whatsoever as far as the sculpt goes. I didn't do any seam filling. You can see I didn't fill in any seams. Maybe if I do another one in the future, maybe I will. I didn't really care. I just wanted to paint it. But I was really, really happy with how this came out. And the sculpt, I mean, like I said, the detail is there. I was able, when I was painting everything in the legs, I wanted some stuff to be wires, I wanted some stuff to be cables, and you can see I was able to find one wire and it would continue all the way down the leg, and certain pieces would just continue on and on. Like this, whoever sculpted this really actually did a great job with like the continuity of detail. And so like I said, a $10 figure has so much potential, and I put this on my shelf. You know, this is mine, this one's my son's. He wants his painted, he wants it painted pink. I doubt I will do as much detail as I did on mine with his. There probably won't be any blood. He is, 4 years old, so he doesn't need a big bloody dinosaur, but I will paint his for him. I'm not gonna, but like I said, I'm probably not gonna do as much detail on the legs on his and stuff, because he's 4. He's gonna play with it and it's gonna mess it up. So it's gonna be a little more basic, but I am gonna paint his for him. But like I said, man, I mean, you can see the detail on this. It's there. It's absolutely there. It just needs a little bit of love to bring it out. And honestly, they didn't do a terrible job on it. The metallic paint on it is really nice. You can see they did some black wash on it to bring out some of the details of the sculpt. They did some on the figure as well. So, you know, I mean, it's I mean, there's more effort in this $10 figure than there is in a $20, you know, Marvel Legends figure, as far as I'm concerned. But I had such a good time painting this. Like, this was one of the funnest paint projects I've done in a long time, and I was really, really happy with how it came out. It was a lot of fun to do. The blood splatter was interesting. To get this blood splatter effect, I actually took this is Citadel, what do they call it, blood for the blood god, I think is what it's called. It's one of their technical paints, so it's always glossy like this after it dries, and it looks really cool. The color on it is fantastic. You don't need to mix it, you don't need to thin it, nothing. It's out of the bottle like this. But I got a little straw, and I cut it, and then I would dip it in the paint, and then I'd hold it where I want it, the angle, and I would blow through it and just splatter the paint, and hope to God that it came out where I wanted. I put a little tape over the eye so it wouldn't get on the white, because I had already painted the white because I'm an idiot. But it worked out, and I really, really, really like this figure. I'm really happy with how it came out. So yeah, like I said, these things have so much potential. And for the price, for $9.99, you can't go wrong, especially if you're into modding or painting. If you're into painting models or resin kits or whatever, find one of these and paint it, because it was so much fun and relaxing, and the detail just pops out, and you can just see it come to life with every layer you put on it, and it was really, really cool. So the Fren-Z, I'm going to do the same thing. He is getting painted. Like I said, this fleshy detail, I'm going to play with that a little bit. I'm going to leave some more kind of like muscle tone colors in. You can see there might be some bones like left in him, and the jaw is like supposed to be like all metallic, so I'm going to do that. The inside of the mouth is going to be really fun to paint, but there's going to be this is going to be fun to do for sure. This one I'm looking forward to. The only thing that's going to suck is this articulation to paint, because he's a lot looser than the Raptar figure is. So I might have to decide what pose I want him in, and actually glue him so he doesn't constantly go around like this and chip his paint and stuff, which is why I didn't mind the head not moving on this one, because it didn't affect the paint. So but yeah, this one's going to get painted up too. But I mean, it honestly doesn't look that bad as it is. You can see there's some you know, some tones, some bruising, and all sorts of stuff in there. It's really, really nice. So again, raw 10 McFarlane figures. If you spot these and it's something that you think is kind of cool and different, I say pick them up. Like, definitely. I mean, for $10 and $20, you cannot go wrong. I mean, like I said, they're hefty, they're big, they're absolutely beautifully detailed, and you can detail them yourself and make them look even better. So that's just all the more reason to get one, in my opinion. So yeah, highly recommend these. Keep an eye out. They are, like I said earlier, they're a Walmart exclusives, so look for them there. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Pick these up if you see them. They're really, really fun. I got another figure review I'm going to do pretty soon. And if you didn't see my last video, which was like a short one of showing off an X-Wing I'm painting right now, I did a channel update. Like I've said since day one, I need to do video editing. I have had no editing station. My desktop's been dead for years, and I replaced it with like a Chromebook because it's all I really needed. But I miss video editing. My videos desperately need editing. But I ordered all my computer parts. They're all here. The only thing I'm waiting for is my motherboard, which should be here within the next week. For some reason, it's the only thing that I ordered that is taking forever. Like my solid state drive and my RAM showed up the day after I ordered everything. Everything else has arrived, and I'm just waiting on my motherboard. So by the end of the month, I will be editing my videos, and the production value is going to be much, much higher. So again, thank you for everyone who stuck through me with this first year of just shooting. I mean, I shoot on my phone. There's no editing of this. This is all one and done. You know, I'm lucky if I can hit the pause button if somebody comes in the room or makes a loud noise or something. But I promise the videos are going to start looking a lot better, and we're going to start doing a whole lot more content, like not just figure reviews. We're going to start doing painting tutorials for modelers. We're going to start doing movie reviews, TV shows, and then maybe some game reviews. I've been playing a lot more. I haven't been playing video games for a long time, but then ever since quarantine started, oh my god, I'm just blasting lasting through games. So you know, I might throw some of those on, but definitely movie reviews and better figure and model reviews are coming. So again, thank you for liking, subscribing. If you haven't done so, please do, and I will take well, I messed that line up. See, that's why I needed editing. So again, take care, and talk to you later.